So, this is the front cover. Now, you can look at this, let me pull it up. The music's too loud, oh no! Okay, music should be somewhat off. Should be fine, right? Let me know. But yeah, you can buy the book, or you can see the preview for yourself at the link that Nightbot is posting right now. And it's on Amazon, it's on Dark Horse Comics, and it's on the BioWare store. So choose wherever you want to buy. So, if you don't know, the volume 1 came out last year, and it's this huge thing. Well, I say huge because it's like, you know, freaking... Wait, am I even showing it on screen? Yeah, so it's like this, right? And it has Morgan and Flemeth on the front. And this one was pretty hefty. I'm not sure. It has 182 pages. World of Thedas is way... Or the volume 2 is way bigger than this one. Way bigger. And there's a special edition and then there's a regular edition. The regular edition has this cover and the special edition has some crazy things. Oh yeah! The devs... This is my signed one, and the devs actually, drew Flemeth on the inside cover, because why not, right? But yeah. So, this one had a lot of, like, different illustrations, all that. The next one has more information that we haven't seen, as well as recipes. I glanced through it, and it was kind of actually hilarious. There's a recipe called Nug Nug, and they reference Liliana in it. But other than that, I have not seen that much from the book. So let's just get into it. Now, if you don't know, this is the art from the wall that was, or on Solas's wall inside Skyhold. You can tell by the thing. Let's see here. This is the Forgotten Oasis. And the back is the concept art. So I just want to, like, look through everything, just kind of, like, get a hint of, what this book is about. So does volume 2 have all the stuff in volume 1, or is it adding on to volume? So here it is. This will answer your question. It's separated a little bit differently. It doesn't have all of the... So you'll need volume 1 in order to get everything that is a basic. And then number 2 has Legend of Thedas, the New Cumberland, Chant of Light, the Hero Ferelden. And I think this is fun. The Hero Ferelden is about, what, 49 pages. It's pretty intense. So I wonder how they're actually going to converse about the entire thing, especially since there are very different Hero Fereldens across the 3 races. But yeah, let me see here. Andraste's bookshelf, Champion of Kirkwall, which is... Wait, more? No, it's just about the same section as the Hero Ferelden. The Inquisitor, the whole Nug, Culinary Treasures of Thedas. I am not going to say that word, but it's basically all the beasts that are in Inquisition. And then the Eratum, because this edition of Dragon Age, the World of Thedas thing, it was actually, there was a lot of mistakes that were in it. Okay, not a lot. Give or take, like, I think 14 or something like that. That they messed up on, mainly the timelines. Off the top of my head, they messed up on Queen Rowena? No, not Rowena. I'm mixing lore now for other games. Queen Rowan? Anyway, they kind of messed it up, and I'm sure they're gonna actually address it in the next one. So, I tried doing this earlier and not cheating at it, so you can, like, pinpoint who's each one. So, like, bottom left is Connor and Isolde, and then Solas, all of them. And they have, like, all the characters from, like, Origins up to now. My favorite is Xenon, all the way at the top left. That was fun. Let me see here. But yeah, welcome to everybody who just got in. I'm just going through now. Oh wait, I just realized they have Sarah with her long hair. This is the old Sarah. Huh. But yeah. And then they actually, like, go through, like, who's each one and all that. let's see here. Now the two forwards are from Aaron Flynn, who's the GM, so he's in charge of Dragon Age and also Mass Effect. And then the next one is Mark Dara, who is the executive producer for the Dragon Age series. But let's just cut through. I'm sure you want to read this on your own. But, I mean, for most people who come in here, you guys know what Dragon Age is. You know how intense the lore, the world, the characters are. So I imagine you don't have to read this, but, you know. Yeah, so Legend of Thedas. Let's just go through. Now, not all the pages are actually in this preview, but there's a lot. I think there's about like 300 pages missing from the preview, but there's enough that are here. Dorian and Bull are next to each other. Yep. But hey, Esper. It's not out yet. What you can do is you can go to, I'm gonna put it up in here. You can get it on Amazon, on Dark Horse Comics, and also the BioWare store, which is biowarestore.com. Really imaginative. But yeah, it comes out next month. Although the BioWare store says that it ships at the end of this month, I don't know how that's working, but yeah. And there's two editions. There's this one and then the fancy one. So, let me see here, but they have the story of Andraste and Mafarath. So like they're not gonna go again into the whole like who is Andraste? What is the Andrastian chantry? Who is this? Who is that? But they are going to at least mention it. Now this is one I saw earlier. Let me see if this is a new one. I think this was in DAI. I think this was in DAI. Let me read it real quick. There, see the wall. This is the Shartan's legacy from A Promised Lost, is told by Keeper Gisharau to the young hunters of the Ralafrin clan on the outskirts of Halam Sharal. Let me see here. There, see the Winter Palace at Halam Sharal, gaze upon its white walls and golden spires, built on the broken dreams of a people, our people. The human Andraste was a slave in the Tevinter Imperium, as our ancestors were. When she rose up against them, we rose up with her. Together we fought for freedom. In gratitude and kinship, Andraste promised the elves a new land, the Dales. And although she died, her sons kept the promise. I'm not going to be reading the entire thing, Esper. That would take forever. But I am choosing and picking through like the different ones that are like really interesting. The ones that, you know, obviously there are going to be spoilers in this book. If you haven't played Inquisition, you're going to get spoiled. Thodak. Hey Ash, what's Dragon Age? Para. What's Dragon Age? I haven't heard this. Well, you say Dragon Age is this game that is an RPG that you can play in third person, where you can enjoy the different kind of things by saving the world and also enjoying the companionship of your ... companions. Anyway. But they have some new Avarian details that we don't really know. Some stuff about Mafarath, especially. But they kind of go into what we've already known. But they also mention, now this is the other thing, the children of Andraste. If you don't know, there's a book. There's an entry on Andraste's children that's in Josephine's old quarters in Haven. And you can read it, and it talks about how, although Andraste and Mafarath had children, Mafarath actually had it with his, what's the word that you call it? The concubine, there we go. Well, I could have just read it, God. But the three eldest were born of Mafarath and the concubine Gillivan. So it actually goes into the three who made the Free Marches, Navarra, and Orlais. And then it goes into the true daughters, which a lot of people have been using as evidence towards, hey, Flemeth is a descendant of Andraste. Because they've had the same line of daughters repeatedly throughout the years, and the entire lineage is lost. Spoilers in a Dragon Age lore book. This is 100% new. What else? There's the details about, so like in the bottom right, it's Ibris and Vivial. So you can read up on it, but if you read the Codex entry back in Haven, you probably know what's going on here. Well, okay, let's move on. Havard is on the left side. If you've seen his statue, I believe there's one in Empire the Lion. Obviously, I don't know how to speak French, so let's be serious. My accent and annotation is gonna sound really weird, but in Empire the Lion, that this statue is in there and it's everywhere. Havard took the ashes to the Temple of Sacred Ashes, and reportedly that's where he built the temple, even though that there's a mural to Mythal at the bottom, or at least a part of the Sacred Ashes temple. Yeah. Elven legends say the elves were calling upon Mythal, but she wouldn't hear them. What if she did and found Andraste? That's, well, I mentioned that in one of my theories, that I honestly think Andraste was one of the first to keep Mythal, and Andraste failed, and then down the line she found Flemeth. That's how I think, because there is a very designated timeline to Flemeth's birth. Like, they actually put it in the timeline. Let me see here. In the Towers Age, I think Towers Age, so that's the third age, and then year something or other, like early 25 or something like that. They actually have, oh, here it is. Oh, yeah. The Towers Age, so it's the third age. Flemeth is said to be born in the Ferelden village of Highever. And her whole story about her lover, her jilted lover, and her husband and all that crap happened. So have the lore books actually provide any evidence for the Maker or against? The book says, well, okay. David Gator said that they would never actually say if the Maker is real or not, but there's enough hints that you can gather, that you can maybe gather your own, like, determination. Like, the thing is that it's just like in our world right now. We're trying to figure out if there is a god or if there isn't, whether, you know, someone is atheist or agnostic or whatnot, or Christian or Jewish, or, you know, like in our society where we don't know if there's a god or not, but there's always like been literature saying so. It's the same thing in this book, right? Okay, I'm talking too much. I want to go further. Now, if you never read let me pull it out. There's a book called The Last Flight, which wasn't created by one of the writers. It was made by Leanne Merciel. I'm sure I butchered her name, but it's this book, right? It's about this this woman. She fled the Circle. It was during like the Mage Templar thing, and she fled the Circle with a whole bunch of people, and they went to the sanctuary of the Grey Wardens, basically. And her story was that she found very old texts from I forget what year. It was during the Fourth Blight. So it has the whole story here of Isaiah, and Valia was the person who wanted to become a Grey Warden who was a mage. So this is a spoiler, obviously. I'm gonna read this. It was bad enough. This is new, mind you. It was bad enough that Valia got to spend so much time with Carnel in the Warden Library when we first arrived. Now with these griffins, there's no chance of him ever looking at me again. Yes, it was pretty terrible after the mages rebelled and tore up our circle, and I'd certainly be happy to never have to walk that far and then straight up a cliff again. But the wardens were kind enough to take us in, and my gorgeous Carnel can take me anywhere he wants. Oh my god. He is everything that a Grey Warden should be. Smart, daring, so handsome. I know things are getting bad with the mages trying to fight off the Templars, but we need something good to focus on, right? Focusing on Caranel really calms me down. So why he ended up spending so much time with plain old Vanya, I don't know. I have no idea. She grew up in an alienage for Andraste's sake, and she always got her nose in some musty old book. Maybe it's because they're both elves. I guess I can see how he'd like that. She probably understands some of their old language. Better than me, anyway. But she actually used one of their old books to find some griffin eggs. Griffin eggs! Can you imagine? And they hatched! I have to admit that they're quite cute in a sort of prickly baby goose way. They must get fluffier when they grow up a bit. As babies, they have so many colors. I expected they'd just be gray like the wardens. I bet people will start coming from all around to see them. Could be a few handsome young men I can show around the castle and peek at the griffins. Maybe Vanya and her old books aren't so bad, actually. Bareth was the one who was all trying to be flirty with Caranel, so if you remember, she's the one of the mages that came with her. Let's see here. So yeah, this part is from this book. So if you ever, I know some people like debated, oh, is this canon? There you go. Last Fight is an alright book, IMO, but probably my least favorite of the DA novels. I actually enjoyed it. Like, I don't know, I just like, it was... Is it stupid to say that I enjoyed the book because it was easier to read? It wasn't so intensive in the thing. I don't know, I enjoyed the book because it had enough lore for me to go, oh my god. But let's see here. Did Solus not mention that he met a powerful spirit who claimed everyone had forgotten him? Yes, he did. That was, what's it called? That forgotten him. But it was a feminine spirit, wasn't it? Like everyone, I forget. And anyway, let me pull up some other ones. They have Sophia Dryden. Sophia Dryden was from the DLC that was in Dragon Age Origins. So it was it Warden's Keep or Soldier's Keep? One of those is the actual DLC name. The other one is actually the name of the... Anyway, Sophia Dryden was one of the wardens that you actually end up fighting. Or she can live on in Dragon Age 2. Her story is here. And it mentions about how... Soldier's Peak! Okay, Soldier's Peak is the actual place where Dryden's wardens were stationed. The attack ended her life and the rebellion she founded. But yeah. Let's see here. Oh, wow. Notes on the search for Bregan. Why is there this specific... They have the thing, the square in the midst of it. That seems kind of weird. Whatever. The warden commander known as Bregan have been kept largely classified by the Order leadership at Weishaupt. What we do know is that Bregan is descended into the Deep Roads for his culling in 910. His sister Genevieve replaced him as commander, but did not last long in the post for a reason the wardens refused to provide. An unprecedented expedition was organized to retrieve Bregan from the Deep Roads. Oh, okay. Now I'm remembering it. Let me read the end. The stupid square is in the middle, but I see it. I see it right here. There's a description on Fiona. The Grand Enchanter of the Troubled Circle of Magi during the explosion at the Temple of the Sacred Ashes is the only warden on record who was actually able to reverse the effects of her joining, an apparent product of the expedition. The fiery elven mage was present at the Whitespire conflict and, before the violence, preached for mage independence, even going so far as to controversially proclaim, "Fuck the divine." What places of origins would you like to go back in DAI? Orzammar. 100% Orzammar. Also Denerim. But that's because I just want to go to the Pearl. Because I'm a horrible person, obviously. But yeah. Let me see here. But wait, there's more. So it goes into Cordelius Dracon, who was the one who basically pushed Andrastian Chantry into what it is. Let's see here. There's a lot in here. Oh, this is the story from Origins about Arl Eamon. They even mentioned Tegan. Who is this woman, Tegan? I could do my worst Isolde impression trying to read this. Redcliffe's current Arl is almost more macho than Freldon. His mother, Alessa... Oh, wait, no, that's not even her accent. I know, that's right. There's Oh, that's kind of curious. Hold on. Wait, does this go into a specific role? What does it talk about with Connor? Because I want to know what they take as canon and what don't they, or if they just ignore any choices that we make as the Inquisitor or as Hawk or as the Warden. It seems that they don't talk about Connor other than some claim Eamon could not bring himself to reside in Redcliffe Castle following the tragedy surrounding Connor. Of course, such rumors hold little malice. Tegan is well respected in Redcliffe, and Eamon's steady demeanor is viewed as a positive influence in the capital. So, pages 105 to 280 are not included in this book preview. But the ways of how to cook a nug are... Oh my god. If you don't know, I hate nugs. I think they're gross. And I kill them every single time. I like Fenix. Okay, so here's the intro for the recipes. Oh my god. From Lady Savarine Ledor. Food, while a necessity for survival, is often imbued with meaning, significance beyond mere utility. What we eat says as much about our culture as any music or art. Eating brings the... Oh god, this is just a lot of stuff. This is a lot of talk crap. I invite you now, dear reader, to come with me on a culinary adventure through Thedas. Here, I have compiled a special collection of recipes from all corners of the known worlds, from the hearty... What? From the hearty and bumble? Mind you, this is kind of hard to read. Even on... I have a massive screen, this is hard to read. On humble dishes of Freldon, and the austere fare of the belighted Underfels, to the simple, wholesome food of the wandering Dalish, and the decadent, ambitious banquets of Orlais. So, I glanced over this. There's a lot of weird ones in here. But this one I actually might do. The spiced wine, they actually go into like an actual recipe of what you can do. I'm gonna make this one day because it's all stuff that you can actually use. Like, look at this: red wine, orange, lemon, cloves, cinnamon, nutmeg, ginger, honey. Like, easy mode. Do you think giving birth to a child could remove the blight, like with Fiona? Because a child means life and the blight represents death and destruction. So considering what happened with Morgan and Alistair, it can, but I think some magic needs to be involved for it to be effective. Because if you think about it, like... See, the thing is, also, I'm so not inclined to talk about it because I'm not confident enough to talk about it because frickin' Alistair has dragon blood, right? And Alistair's kid, if you have the old god baby, has dragon blood. And it's just like, does that affect anything? Do you get what I'm saying? Like, there can be some issues there. Now, that is true. The warden can have a human child with Morrigan. So, yeah, it can also... It's just so over complex. Like, the thing is, it's like, I have a real problem whenever it comes to Dragon Age in regards to blood, because there's so many different variances of blood. Like the Canari, they're using blood that's not their own. You have the dwarves who have been part of Lyrium at some point in their lives, to the point that they were called Titans. Well, no, they used Titans, but same difference. And then you have people like the Theron line who have used dragon blood, and they basically have that running through them. And it's like, there's so many overcomplications that once you add the taint in, oh god. Anyway, Lady Ash, who do you think conspired to kill Mathal? I recall a theory a while back that mentioned Dithman and Gelnan conspired to have her killed and supposedly made Andoril tranquil for bringing the blight from the void. I think Andoril, that story about her going crazy over time because she kept on going to the void, I think that there's some merit. I don't think that's the whole thing. And I just realized I should probably go through all the things. So let me, here, I'm gonna leave the Nug Nug recipe while I talk about this. So I think Mathal tried too hard to... So there's a couple of things I think about Mathal. One, I think she tried to support Solus. I mean, Fen'harel. I mean, I totally spoiled it. At some point, because there's a... Whenever Solus hates you, he starts talking about how he was told that he was mad, that he was a liar, that he was, all these things. And Mathal, she felt, sadness for what happened to him. And I think she either didn't do anything or she tried to and it didn't work. And then also with Mathal, I think it's just the way that she cast out justice might have been too strong, in the fact that so many of the other gods were creating temples to themselves. Now, if you read the Forgotten Ones entry in the Jaws of Hakon DLC, and obviously I'm even more spoiling into it, one of the Forgotten Ones mentions how he hated how June and... I can't remember which god, but June and another god were creating altars to themselves. Or people were, in general. And he was really like, I hate that crap. I think Mathal also may have. But anyway. Para, don't make me freak out. I was like, oh my god, did I actually spoil that for you? Oh. There's also the possibility that being half Elven makes you immune to the taint. There's a possibility. Although, bringing that up, it makes me think, well, what about Liliana? Because it seems that if that were the case, is she half elf, half human? Like, does she have Elven blood? Because the thing is, if you remember in the mage quest, I'm gonna go to the next page. If you go into the mage quest, it's said that Liliana has some kind of resistance to the Darkspawn blood, to the taint. So, the father could have been an elf. I don't know. Speculation. Let's see here. I want to read one of these. Pig oat mash. Oh wait, hold on. There's a flavor text whenever they're speaking about this. So the jellied pig's feet is from the Free Marches. Pickled eggs, which is from Ferelden. Oh my god. Some of these, I'm gonna, one day, maybe like whenever the big DLC comes out, I'm going to actually cook some of these food. And also cry because I would have to eat it. Ferelden turnip. That was used as a joke once, I remember that. And barley stew, which is Ferelden, specifically in Danarim. Well, unappetizing, dull, and easily dismissed at a glance. If given a chance, that was nice, it will surely win you over with its rich, soothing flavors and belly-filling warmth. Pig oat mash, which is the hangman. Several patrons apparently swear by it as a hangover cure, but only if washed down with cider spiked with brandy, of course. If you aren't an incorrigible liar, an inveterate gambler, a seafaring lush, or a bored noble slumming in the greasiest dive in the free marches, the pig oat mash, also called hanged mash, makes a wonderful sweet salty breakfast, perfect for starting your day. Okay. I don't really think faith magic exists in DA universe, does it? I am more inclined to believe that there's no maker, there are only spirits. But the thing is that I have to admit that's probably my influence from my actual beliefs in religion. So I'm slightly biased in that aspect. Oh my god! On faith magic. Not that we know of. I highly doubt it does. And then Elk goes, just ask Sister Patrice. That's good. Let's keep going. Dalish Deep Forest Comfort. The Dalish elf clans in southern... Oh shit. Sorry. In southern Relay have enjoyed this dish for hundreds. What am I reading? Hundreds of years, but the flavors are also pleasing to a civilized palate, with reasonable substitutions, of course. The original recipe calls for the use of the larvae of a wood-burrowing beetle, prized for the distinction, pop, and squish of their tangy innards. No, thank you. I've used tomatoes in their place. You may also substitute for the squash a grain-based noodle of some kind for the purist who wants to experience a truly cultural dish. The squash is a must. Awesome. Oh man, I actually really do like the fact that they put these recipes. I think it's a hoot. It's pretty awesome. I think the maker may have been a power spirit. Well, the thing is, okay, if you remember, Solas, whenever we were talking, he was talking about the fear demon. So, the fear demon took residency over one specific part of the Fade, right? He even says, I wouldn't have chosen this part of the Fade. But anyway. In my head, it's like, well, the fear demon was very powerful. But what if there was a spirit that was way more powerful than the fear demon and was able to take hold in the Black City? Like, that's what's rolling in my head right now. Also, there's the idea of that the Black City was made out of blood, and that's why it's so stationary inside the Veil, or in the Fade, and that's why Solas always says that it's hard to traverse into the Fade, because blood makes it harder. And oh my gosh, I just realized I had a huge brain fart. Oh my god. I'm going ham on this lore stuff. Excuse me. The nightmare spirit. Oh, yeah. But yeah. Let me see here. Let's go to the next one. Wait, what's this one? Nordbotten's fruit stew? Oh, it's from the Enders. Okay. That makes sense. Yeah, it's because of the Enders. What if not... Okay, Crimson goes, what if not all the gods of the Elven pantheon were actually elves? What if someone was a dwarf? Perhaps Shun. I know where you're going with this. Because in the Temple of Mythal, you find a codex entry that claims that there is no evidence of him, like his crafting tools or what he might have looked like. It's possible. I mean, it isn't the first time that one of the gods was raised up, so that is a possibility. Thing with Elganar being the maker, though, Elganar is the god of vengeance. Pretty sure Andrastians have a different idea of what the maker's personality would be like that in reality. Yeah. And to be honest, well, all the elven gods seem to be, at some point, just a bunch of dicks, so... They are the elven bag of dicks. Okay, so a lot of these are just mainly like, oh, here we go. According to local legend, Andraste's exalted march took her through the fields of Ghislaine. She was weary from her long battle with the Tevinters and took a moment beneath an apple tree. The tree's shady crown sheltered the prophet from the noonday sun, while its fruit, cool, crisp, and sweet, refreshed her. For the gifts it had shared, Our Lady asked the Here it comes. Our Lady asked the Maker to bless the tree. In the years that followed, a wondrous orchard sprung forth from the blessed tree, producing the most luscious apples in all of Orlais. For the last 800 years, the trees of the orchard have been tended by the sisters of a small cloister. The sisters are adamant that the fruit of the orchard should never be sold, but shared freely. Every autumn, barrels of apples are gathered and shared with the faithful, rich and poor alike. And once every week, through the season, the sisters make pies. Okay, thank you. That's the long and short of it. I just want to say June is the best name for an elven god ever. I actually like the name June, and not because that's when my birthday is, but or not spoiler, I meant to say, Anvil of the Void, June's Forge. There are runes on it, and I'm not inclined to believe that completely. I think it was made by the Titans, not the elves. But yeah. I love how you start out normal and then get into character. I can't... I don't know. Oh my god! Hey! It's one of Sarah's! This is Sarah's. Hold on. This is Sarah's. Sarah's yummy corn. Yellow. Oh, wait. Can I do her voice? Yellow, not that weirdy checkered stuff. Peeled half white to get rid of the... What? The dogwig hair. Also check for rot. And messages. Wash it to get the water in the leaves. Husks? Whatever. Fold it back up and stick it in the oven. Cake hot, not forge hot. Half an hour, peel and eat. Too simple. That's why you're bad at it. No pot. Oh, wow. I'm sounding more like your trainer. No pot, no wrap. Just steal, heat, peel, and get it in your mouth. Has it on a handle so you can poke people while you tell them how good it is. Promise. Nice. Yo, nothing wrong with overthinking it. As long as we're thinking, like, you can be wrong about the lore. You can, you know, like that. This is my view on lore when it comes to Dragon Age or any other like story. Given that it's not already proved in any of the books, the lore, like the games or anything like that, as long as you're it doesn't matter if you're overthinking it. As long as you're thinking, that's what counts. We can draw different conclusions from even the most like backwards, you know, idea, theory ever. But as long as we're thinking, then it's totally worth it. So speculate as much as you like. Oh, wow. That's nice. So they have more on demons. Oh, here it is. Despair Demon. A young girl wrapped in rags, an old woman trying desperately to shield herself from the cold. Who wouldn't want to help these poor creatures? When someone gets close enough, the Despair Demon envelops a victim in a cloak of ice and unleashes torrential frozen gales. These demons not only feed on despair, but cause it. I hate the Envy Demons so much. Oh my god. Bears. Oh, I'm kind of sad. They should have included the bear that they had in what's it called? In Hakon. That would have been awesome. The Gorguts, the Giants. I like the fact that the Giants have so many different weapons in their back. Like, it's just like sitting there. It's like, oh, there's a toothpick in my back. Let me just... Quillbacks, Giants, Bogfishers. Hold on. How in the name of Andraste did giants come to be? Magic on Auri? Accidents of breeding? Wherever they are, these huge... Oh, for a second I thought they actually had a story behind the giants and their creation. I got really excited. I was like, wait, what? 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 But no. Thank you for following. If you don't notice, whenever someone follows, it has Varric winking. Like, that was one of my first gifts from Dragon Age. Like, oh man. Ooh, look at this. I want this outfit. I want this outfit in Inquisition. BioWare own a guy. Sure-footed, calm, and with regal bearing, the Red Heart is admired throughout Thedas. To glimpse one in the wild is considered good fortune. To hunt one for sport is considered extreme folly. Though it is rare to find one in a stable, there have been a few cases where the Red Heart has been used as a mount. Inquisitor. It was said that a Red Heart will only permit one person as his rider, and the bond between rider and animal is unparalleled. Nice. But yeah, I have it so that whenever people follow, it's a lot of fun. How did the ancient dwarves make the demon traps in the Hissing Waste tombs, I wonder? With copious amounts of delirium. Don't mind me. Let's see here. Oh my god, the Nuggalope. Oh my god, they actually call it a Nuggalope. Oh my god, they call it a Nuggalope. Or a Death Nug. As far as historians are able to determine, references to a greater mountain Nuggalope, or Death Nug, predate the Divine Age. For centuries, the Nuggalope remained a creature of myth, with sightings attributed to lunacy or drunkenness. Occasionally, convincing evidence for the Nuggalope's existence would be brought forth. These claims were always proven to be hoaxes perpetrated for fame or malicious amusement. If you don't know, you can have a Nuggalope as a mount. It was one of the first things I found in Inquisition, and I hated myself for it, because I was just cracking up. If you have, I think it's 20,000 gold or something like that, go to the top of Orlais, find the vendor, shut them up by purchasing it, and then do the operation, and you actually have a Nuggalope as the mount. Oh my god, they explain it. They even drew the fist. Alright, let me continue. As such, it came as a great shock when tales of the Nuggalope were finally proven true. Despite their elusive nature, Nuggalopes may be tamed and even ridden, though few have accomplished such a feat, except for the Inquisitor. One of the Nuggalope's most expected features, and one of endless fascinations to researchers, is the creature's hand-like front paws. The Nuggalope has been known to dunk its food in water before consuming it. It can also reach high tree branches and pull them down to eat the leaves, while observations of wild Nuggalopes are few. Some researchers theorize that the creature may also be capable of rudimentary tool use, such as poking sticks into trees and dirt mounds to draw out insects within. With her freaking fist. Oh man. Oh, it's 10k? Thank you. Oh my god, Ironbolt took a selfie with a high dragon. I know, right? He's like, click. Got it. Oh man. Oh, they go. Oh, they go into all the dragons. Oh, this is sick. Ooh, what is this? Hold on, I'm gonna read some of these. Some of these look good. Specifically, let me look here. The Kaltenzan, meaning cold tooth dragon, originated as a breed somewhere in the Hunterthorn Mountains, and in the Age of Dragon, year 30, an entire flight of these beasts migrated south almost without pause, keeping to the lonely and isolated places. Given the timing, it is possible that they were chased out by Darkspawn, although the Kaltenzan is so legendarily stubborn, it seems unlikely that anything short of an archdemon could make it flee. It has freezing breath, ear-piercing scream, and okay. Thank you for farming. They had the Vinsomer, the Greater Minstrel. I liked the Minstrel. That thing, I did not want to kill it. Actually, to be honest, I didn't want to kill any of the dragons, but, you know, I kind of like the idea of, like, somewhat interacting with Wade. That was fun. Let me pull this one up. Okay, the Vinsomer. It is said by the last dragon killed by Caspar Pentagast, the ancient king of Navarra, was a Vinsomer that had grown to twice the normal size of a high dragon. Legends claim its breath caused thunderstorms and its wings roaring hurricanes. Exaggerations are normalized in Navarran poetry and song. The Vinsomers of today may not reach such a ferocious stature, but are just as dangerous when cornered. They are wary of other predators. Sweet. Dorian's missing in the bull selfie. Meh. Let me see here. Oh, wait. I see your stuff, Jenny TV. Hold up. Let me see if there's anything specific that are from the dragon explanations that we wouldn't know normally. Excuse me. Oh, this one talks about Frederick of Serald. Okay, the Northern Hunter. Excuse me. Even among dragons, the Northern Hunter is a voracious feeder. It will consume anything from lone nugs to unwary wyverns if it can take the venomous beast by surprise. The hunter has even been seen devouring human foodstuffs left behind in villages that have fled its wrath. One Froden farmer, speaking to the renowned draconologist Frederick of Serald, so we'll specifically have to be like that whenever you're talking about him, swore that after fleeing his home, he spied on a dragon from a very distant hilltop. On top of eating 5 cows, the farmer said the beast polished off 10 bushels of cabbage, 18 wheels of cheese, 7 pumpkins, 16 loaves, and a whole trough of cream. Although, strangely enough, it didn't even touch the Orlesian hams. Oh, man. No problem, Esper. Let me see it. The rest of them are just basically like the general descriptions of the dragons. Oh, here it is. So, like I said earlier, for like the first volume, which is this one, there were a bunch of like problems. Not problems. Wait, hold on. 3, 6, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so there were 11 errors in this book that that they are correcting here. Like BioWare did say that they messed up on a couple of them, and they made a blog post about it, but I'm pretty sure that they didn't correct it. Like, you know, like, hey guys, take out your book, make sure to write in that it kind of messed up. So like there are different timeline problems that he mentioned. The time here, page 12. The timeline states that the old gods whispered to humanity from the Black City in negative 2800 ancient. At this time, the legendary city would still be known as the Golden City had it not been sullied by the presence of men. So they say. And, yeah, it also has, like, a whole bunch of stuff. That's what Eraton means. I want a dragon with spirit, element, veilfire. To be honest, I thought they would have that. Like, with veilfire? I thought they would have that with, what's the name? Whoever you choose as the dragon. If you have Morgan as your dragon, or if you have, that other, Mythal's dragon, right? If you drank from the well. I figured that they would do that, but no, it's just normal dragon. Oh, finally! Okay. And then they have an actual index with everything that you can see. Wait, they didn't do that in the first one, right? I remember complaining that, yeah, because last time they had a glossary and they didn't have an index. Now you can actually look up, oh wait, where's Asha Belinar? And then, oh wait, we can look through all of this and actually read up on it. Okay, we're good. Is Ringo? No, this is not the digital version. This is the preview that's up on Amazon. Anyone can see it, and matter of fact, I'll just put it in there. You can actually go there in order to read this. And it comes out next month. So, well, on the BioWare store, they mentioned that they're going to ship it by the end of this month, but I don't know in shipping lingo when it's actually gonna arrive. So, you know. So in the actual book, okay, I'm gonna look through everything. So they mention Bianca. They have Bianca Davry in here. They mention Bethany. Beatrix 1 and Beatrix 3. If I remember correctly, Divine Beatrix was the one who Cassandra saved. One of them, anyway. The Baroness of the Black Marsh, which is from the DLC. Oh, it's from Awakening. Wait, was it Awakening? Yes? Yes, it was from Awakening, I think. The Baroness gave her soul to the devil, aka a demon, and she started attacking everyone, and also it was just a really horrible thing. Yes, it was Awakening because Nathaniel talked about it. Anvar Tethris, Varric's father, Alonso Campana. They have Anders in here. Is the Hero Ferelden in there? There's a huge section about the Hero Ferelden, Hawk, and also the Inquisitor. So there's a lot. But we can't see it because they cut it out of the preview. Alcyon... Oh, they talk about Barris. Wait. His name is Alara? You know the Templar I'm talking about, right? From the Templar quest, if you choose to side with them. His name is Alara Barris? Okay. They mention the architect multiple times. Wait. 305. If they mention him in 305... Okay, so they have a... What, I don't know how you say that word, Bessetary? Entry about the architect. So they are going to mention him at length. Would you like to see another daughter of Flemeth like Yavanna from the comics? To be honest, I want to see what happened to Yavanna. So does it talk about the canon characters? Yes, it does. Here, let me pull it up real quick. Okay, I'm going to save this spot. Let me go all the way to the table of contents real quick. So there's 49 pages about the Hero Ferelden. There's... Oh, can I math right now? Please, I can math. There are 59 pages about the Champion of Kirkwall, and there are... I can math. 63 pages about the Inquisitor. Yep. Okay, there we go. Let's see here. Who else is on here? They talk about Kaelin a lot. A lot through the original origin, through the Wardens chapter. They talk about Calpurnia and Calpurnia. Okay. They talk at length about Cassandra, Selene. Oh, they mentioned Sherrod. If you don't know who Sherrod is, it's Hawk's cousin that you meet, Gamlen's daughter. And she's actually one of the Red Jennies. Cyril Mornay. Crooky Tail? Really? Oh, they mentioned mentioned Krem. Okay, so Krem's in this one too. I think Flemeth in her current form is done after that you-know-what scene. Oh, this is a spoiler fest, so don't worry about, spoiling. Yeah, I think, to be honest, I will crack up if Flemeth actually asks Morrigan to embody her. Sir Cothrian. Claudia of Steely. Dorian has a bunch of entries, same with Dumont. Duncan has quite a few. Donna and Brenokovic. Davith. Oh wow. They mentioned Davith. If you don't remember, Davith died. He's with the Warden. So there are 3 people that wow, I almost said Logain. Oh my god, that you're trying to, that the Warden, is with, right? And they're all trying to become Grey Wardens. They have Davith in here. Daenerys is in here. Elfina. Elganon, of course. Oh, there's only one entry about Elganon. Elgarnon, excuse me. That's strange. Thank you for following. Creme de la creme, yes. Does Sherrod have a war table mission? I can't remember. Yes, she does. She does. What's it called? Sherrod. So you have to choose between 3 different red jennies, and Sherrod is the one in Kirkwall. And you have to choose her. Evangeline. They have Evangeline, as in Reese's Evangeline, as well as a princess? Whoa, 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 whoa. Who's Eomen Aranai? Because that ain't Zevran. Page 96. Hold on, hold on. Page 96. Interesting. All right. They have Fallen Din. They have very few pages on the actual gods. It's strange. It was Davith. Davith? Whatever. I'm calling him David because I can. Oh wow, Nightbot. Okay. See ya. It was a gift from Morgan. She doesn't know yet, or she already does. Who knows? I know, right? I really like David. I really liked him. Davith. Okay. I liked him a lot. I was hoping that I liked the mod that kept him alive, but you know, it's not like he said anything, so whatever. He was a bit of a tart, like, you know, the whole like hitting on the on that woman, but at the same time, like, whatever, because everyone does it. Let's move down. Yeah, Gilanan, Nain, whatever. 2 references only. There's a lot on Genitivi. I like it. They only mentioned Fen'harel once. 201. Okay, that's fine. I don't hate it. Fiona's mentioned a lot. Finn. If you don't remember, Finn is Liliana's old companion from the DLC Liliana song. Wait, that was right? Finn? Or was it a different F name? Anyway, he's in here. Fen'harel is in here. I've been waiting for information on him. 176 to 178. Does that mention anything on Red Lyrium at all? Oh, I'm sure it will. Davith. I'm gonna call it David just to spite you. Come on, let's be serious. Are you gonna post a stream on YouTube? Don't know if anyone asked yet. Okay, I can. Yeah. As long as it recorded, otherwise I might be screwed. Finn is from Witch Hunt. Oh, you're right. That was the other one. No! Yeah, you're right, because the other guy, his name, he had a really weird, 1-syllable name. Now I remember. You're right. Finn is the mage. Sorry, my head is like everywhere right now. Gareth is in here. Gascard Dupuis, he's in here. Alexius. They have more entries on Alexius. That's really nice. Harding is in here. Harding has quite... Isaiah has hers. We already saw Isaiah's thing. Ishmael, he's in here. Of course he did. Hisrad is here. Goldana, the jerk, she's in here. There are a lot of names that I just don't recognize. And then other ones that I'm pretty sure are all divines or related. Liliana has like entries for days. My god. She's too involved. Sketch! That's it! Sketch! Thank you! I forgot about it. Sketch and Tug. They had like the weirdest names. Oh my god, I can't believe I remember that. Did he have anything on Inquisitor and Meriden? I didn't see anything in A. Hold on, let me pull it up again. A-M-E. Oh wow, they have a lot of entries on Anders. Yes! No they don't. That's weird. Probably because, I don't know if it was because of spoilers or not, but it's not featured. Michelle is in here. Meredith, oh wow. Meredith is in here. Knight Commander Meredith. Let me see here. Oh, Laudine, often credited as formerly Sister Laudine, who apparently made adult books after she left. Livia, the High Queen of Tevinter, she's in here. Leto, aka Fenris, he's here. I'm surprised that they actually mentioned Leto. That was a very specific, like, thing. Lusican is mentioned in here. Okay. There are, like, single pages for the Elven gods. Like, one page. And then you just see the other ones, and there's, like, a lot more. Mythal has 4 entries. Okay. I wonder how they're gonna actually approach Mythal, because that was such a huge turning point within Dragon Age's lore that I'm curious whether or not they'll actually, like, if the Inquisition, you know, disclose that information that, oh, frickin' Flemeth is Mythal. Like, God. Hager. Do you think they'll release another DA game? Oh, they are. They will. There's at least 2. That's the current plan. After Inquisition, there's Dragon Age 4 and Dragon Age 5. Obviously, there's DLC before then, but, you know, that's the plan right now. And if they continue more than that, then, you know, that's why they didn't want to have, like, a trilogy, because, you know, it's too restrictive. And not only that, but they can extend this lore like crazy. I imagine they'll have to change it, though, because there's only so many years that you can keep it as Dragon Age before it becomes, like, Sun Age or something like that. Is Razakali mentioned? Let's take a look. Wait, what is this? Morrigan is featured. Then there's Morriganon. Interesting. Okay, you wanted... Wait, who is it again? Razakali, that was right. Razakali has 4 entries. They mentioned Haramount. Peaches? Why did they mention Peaches? Ogren has quite a few. I'm surprised that they didn't mention Ogren at all. Like, they didn't even mention him once in Inquisition. Or if they did, I just didn't catch on the reference. Sarah has so many! Oh my god. Sarah is mentioned a lot. Solus, there he is. Solus has his stuff right here. Oh, I can't rate. I can't rate. I think Ash is mispronouncing names just to piss us off now. I know that hoodie. Yes, I think I do. I don't think you know this hoodie. Have I showed you it? Oh wait, I think I brought it. No, I didn't bring it. Here, I'll wear it like it's supposed to be worn. I need a staff and like a bikini thing for it. But yeah. Let's see here. Rendon Howe is in here. I'm trying to find specific names that, like, we would not... Wow. There's a lot of references to Reese. That's a lot. Oh. I really want to know what they're going to say about Solus. I really... What? Sandal. I found Sandal. He's referenced on pages 6 to 8 and 174 to 175. Interesting. Did I bring it to PAX? I don't think no, I didn't. I didn't buy it until somewhat recently. Guys in the chat, is there anyone that you want to that you want me to find? Oh yeah, Michelle has 1 entry. Aishless. No, I saw it on Instagram. But yeah, Sandal's in here. Pages 6 to 8 and 174 to 175. Sebastian has so many entries. Why does he have so many entries? It's okay. It's okay. We're fine. Duke Prosper de Montfort. He's in here. Philium, a bard. I really want to know. I think there's something specific with Philium, the bard. I'm pretty sure I'm butchering his name, but I think there's something special with him. Like, if you read his stuff in the game, it's like, who are you? Tethras Garen, he's in here. If you don't know the story of Tethras Garen, basically, one of the sons was misappropriated as like a murderer or something like that. That he was wrongfully accused, and then the son was killed, and then they found out after the death that he didn't do the crime, and he was framed because dwarven politics, obviously. So the dude who messed up and charged him actually took on his first name as his last name. So that's where the Tethys line came from. Sebastian doesn't deserve... Para goes, Sebastian doesn't deserve one entry. Fuck him. I can't even say that. Oh my god. Does Merrick have any entries? Ooh, let's take a look. I'll come back down here, but let me... Merrick has so many entries. 6 to 8, 21, 28, 30, 32, 43, 79, 81, 83. I could say any numbers right now and it'd still be okay. 92, 97, 98, 99. He has so many. He's totally in this book. It'd be silly not to include him. Merrick is very important to the line of Dragon Age, even though we've only seen him in the comics. Cullen, Josie, Wynn, my dear Mabari, aka Dog. Let's take a look at Cullen. I'm pretty sure he's in here. It'd be silly not to have Cullen and have Samson in here. Cullen's referenced a lot. Several pages. Josie, Josephine Montilier. She's mentioned quite a lot. And Wynn, R.I.P. Wynn's mentioned, yes. Oh, they mentioned Utha. Your trainer is in here! Your trainer's mentioned on 259. Your trainer is from the Mages Collective, and she's my favorite character in Inquisition. Well, one of them anyway. Tug's mentioned. Anything about Antiva in there? Oh yeah, Antiva is mentioned. Shale. Let's take a look. Shale, yes, she is. 68, 79, and 91 and 93. Sigh, I think I had to buy this book. I know, right? Oh, man. Orsino is mentioned in here. Renata the First. Red Jenny is mentioned. Sarah has quite the many. Sarani. Oh, she's mentioned. Tamlin is mentioned. I wonder how they're gonna address that since not everyone had him in the playthrough. Well, actually, now that I think about it, no matter what happens, he dies. I hate to say that. No matter what happens, he's infected by the Darkspawn. So, What about Shale's Dwarven clan? Wait, I know it. Kadash. Okay. I had to think about it because it's been a while. The Kadash name is not mentioned, but I'm pretty sure it'll be mentioned at some point. And I can't control F because it's too important. So I imagine they'll involve it within the Inquisition. Do you think we'll be fighting another Archdemon in future DA titles? I don't know if we'll fight another one. However, I think we'll deal with... So the last two, unless if you had the Old God Buddy, of course. The last two Old Gods, Razakali and Luzakan. There's a lot of references in Jaws of Hakon. Okay, not a lot, but there's like a good number of references in the Jaws of Hakon DLC to Razakali. There's like a whole bunch of weapons. There's a whole bunch of like different codex entries and all that. And they specifically mentioned that Razakali was a woman. So, yeah. And if you go to the cave that's near one of the camps where Inquisitor Ameridan will tell you, spoiler alert, he'll tell you to go to that, well, he doesn't tell you to go to that cave, but one of the memories is in that cave. And if you find the codex entry, it's whenever you like, claim, and it's like, that thing, it talks about it. It talks about Razakali and the specific, followers that were in her liege, and apparently she stopped talking to them. Anyway. Fenris is in here. I saw it earlier. Anything on Ash Warriors? I don't know. Let's take a look. They might reference it, like, but no, there isn't a specific thing to it. But yeah, they call Leto. They call Fenris Leto. Fenris is irrelevant now. He's unimportant. How dare you? No, I'm just kidding. I romance Anders. I did romance Fenris at some point, but Anders. I don't know. The way that I think about it is that if they have so many entries on Sebastian, like, they gotta include some other ones. Your Trainer Ash, the whole book. Changes book name to Emotional Training Bootcamp 101 Volume 1. Aw, yeah. Will the next DLC release at the same time for everyone? That is not public yet. We don't know. Yeah. And as far as DLC is concerned, what we publicly know is that the Black Emporium is somewhat set for next month, and everyone else on 360, PS3, PS4 should be able to play Hack-On next month as well. Do you think Fenris might have been a mage? I think he was normal, and then they messed it up. I think he has magical affinity, but I don't think he was a mage. I don't think he can control his powers. See, like, the thing is that if you read a lot of what the Harrowing does, there's a lot of references to the fact that there are people who are mages. They just can't control their power because it's so weak, right? So there is a possibility that everyone has the ability to use magic. It's just people don't know how to use it. And it's a lot easier for other people. And most of the magic manifests during childhood, right? But if you're told never to, you know magic, then how would you know how to use it? It's the same way how Sarah, she's a rogue, right? But she has some affinity to magic. So yeah. Avexis from the Dawn of the Seeker. Oh god, Avexis. No, she's not referenced. Aveline and Vernus are the last ones on that one. Let's see here. So what's the future of the Grey Wardens now that they have possibly been separated from Weishaupt? Well, that's only the Orlesian Grey Wardens. There's still many, but the Orlesian Grey Wardens take up so much of Southern Thedas, right? So most of the Ferelden Grey Wardens were killed, except for the hero Ferelden maybe, and Alistair. And well, who knows? There might be more. I mean, Ogren was one, and Anders, and if we're gonna count him, Carver, and Stroud if he's alive. And you know, there's like a fair number, right? So anyway, Talus, yes. Let's get back to the task at hand. Talus is mentioned. 6 to 8 and 187 to 190. I think Morgan will play a big role in future titles. I think she will. This was, well, the thing is, I have a feeling that her role will die down in the next game. That's how I see it. Because the thing is that Morgan's role was described before the game released as the epitome of like her actions, right? Not the epitome, but like her role like reaches like a climax kind of thing. So what I think it is right now, to be honest, if we ever reach past Dragon Age 6 or 2 Dragon Age 6, I have every thought in my head. Thank you, Soulbond, for following. I think everything in my head that will have Flemeth as the last fight. Like, I'm waiting for it. Or Mythal. Actually, Mythal is a more appropriate thing. I think Mythal will be our last fight. And how you treated Flemeth all the way from the beginning will determine whether she's going to be like the second to last fight or not. So that's how I see. There's a theory flowing around that Hawk might be able to survive based on something Flemeth said in D8 too. So I would go ask her in Ask Quisitor. Yeah, I think it's possible that Hawk. See, like, one of the things that I've always, like, you know, mentioned before is that if you die in the Fade, physically die in the Fade, where do you go? Because what is the physical can exist in there, but how does it sustain? Like, where does the spirit go? Where does the soul go? And obviously this is more of an existential, like, problem, like, discussion that I can't even go into because it's way beyond my head. But I don't know. I think Hawk could be alive. Or whoever you kill off, really. Whoever you send towards the demon has a very good chance. Let me see here. Okay, let's go through the last. Tamlin is mentioned. Mentioned that. Witherfang is mentioned. Wilhelm. Of course I have Zevran. Zazakel. Wait, Zazakel is one of the old gods. Why does he have 3 entries? Interesting. Okay. Varania is mentioned. Fenris' sister. Varnell, who is the Templar that did kill some of the Canari in Kirkwall. He's there. Arthemiel has multiple entries. I'm not surprised by that, considering that there's so much with Origins than the fact that Arthemiel was alive. Tom Rainier. Tom Rainier's there. What's up, Tom? Vivienne, of course. Yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. Valana is there. I want to know what happened to Valana. I think that'd be fun. Polchemp. Wait, what do you think makes Hawk special, Ash? Makes her, well, him or her special? Depends on what level we're talking about, to be honest. Because in human terms, Hawk is special because, you know, noble blood and just, you know, being a lucky son of a bitch, like, in those essence. Has magical affinity, even if you're not a mage, because of Malcolm. And I don't know, it just has a kind of like tenacity. It's more the human factor whenever we talk about Hawk. Hawk just dealt with what was going on. And if you don't know, Hawk is my favorite character out of all the personal characters. I like my Warden a lot. I love my Warden, but I like Hawk more. Tom Rainier? Who's that? Solus? Solus is not a villain. The thing is that he is very much turning into a Loghain. He is trying to do in his heart what he thinks is right, and he does have the knowledge from the past that can guide him, but the way that is if you wait, what's Thunder Thigh's real name again? I always call him Thunder Thighs and I never like remember his real name. You have to think about him and how, even though that, you know, he was one of the original you know, the elves from Arlathon and like all them, he was not aware of like the customs and like the things of the world now, right? I think Solus is still in that whole like, back in my day, we owned it all and magic was everything and immortality, you know, he's kind of in that state, right? So Solus is just used to doing his stuff his way, and I think he's going to turn into a huge Loghain character where he's going to mess up stuff a lot over time. Abelas, thank you. Loghain is mentioned, yes. So there's possibly 2 Blights coming up in the next games. Yup. And the Dreadwolf Solus, ally. Not necessarily an ally. If you treat him like crap, he hates the Inquisitor. And Mythal Flemeth, ally/enemy, and whoever BioWare throws at us. Yup. Is the Warden Commander mentioned? Which one? Will do, Gur. I'll see you later. Is the warden commander mentioned? Now, are you talking about our warden? Or are you talking about the warden commander as in what's-her-face? Who died? Because mistakes. Or are you talking about any of the other ones? Because there's a bunch. Of Ferelden? Yeah, she has a full chapter. Sorry, my warden is a female, so I always say she. Yes, mentioned. Let me double back to the table of contents real quick. So this is the table of contents, and if you don't know, this is the concept art that was the Well of Sorrows. This is the original one. I kind of like how they changed it, but anyway. So the Hero of Ferelden has about 50 pages, and same with the Champion of Kirkwall, and same with the Inquisitor. Actually, the Inquisitor has like 60 pages. So there's a lot. Chlorel is definitely mentioned in here. But yeah. Oh man, I'm like running out of... And what's worse is that it tastes like plastic. Oh man. If the warden dies and is replaced by a warden commander from our way. Oh! I don't know. To be honest, I don't know. Did the warden... Wait. I can't remember. Did the warden commander from our way have a name? A last name? I can't remember anymore. I hated playing as an Orlesian warden. It made me agitated. But yeah. In all of my gameplays of DAI banished wardens, I give them the benefit of the doubt. I can't get rid of them, because then it turns into a technicality, like, oh crap, wait, the blight's back, we need, wardens. Oh wait, we kinda, turn them into enemies, blah blah blah, right? Like, in my head, would I have the option in Dragon Age 4 to reverse my decision? You know what I mean? And it probably won't be, because you don't own the Inquisitor. Or you don't play as the Inquisitor for the next series. So yeah. Anyway, that was the preview of everything. Oh, yeah, I almost forgot. Here's the last page, which has on here Iron Bull, Morgan in her attire, her Legion attire, because why not? Even though she didn't wear that whenever, and it has the very specific bird on the top right. If you don't know her, if you want to differentiate between Morgan's bird and a normal bird, Morgan has glowing green eyes. If I remember, it's glowing green eyes or glowing red eyes for her bird. And you see the shape during the Well of Sorrows playthrough, so heads up. From heroes to villains to poetry and recipes, Dragon Age: The World of Thedas Volume 2 puts BioWare's masterpiece of fantasy at your fingertips. This comprehensive tome takes you inside a universe legendary for its rich lore and unforgettable characters through stunning art and inviting prose created by the very artists and writers who brought it all to life. As accessible as it is in depth, this attractive guide is the perfect entry point for newcomers and the ultimate resource for dedicated fans. There you go. Alright. But yeah, that's the book. So, any last questions about the book, about Dragon Age in general, before I wrap this up? Ash, do you think BioWare will do sub-games like Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, how it was small, or expansion games? I think they'll do something similar to what they did with the whole mini-game with Seralt. I think they'll do that again. I don't know if they'll do it with Fail Better, but it was a really interesting thing. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, I don't want to play it with microtransactions or anything like that. And technically you don't have to. But I think it opens the opportunity to have something that extends beyond the game. like the game, right? And I think it'd be really interesting if we could do something like a mini game like that. I hate calling it a mini game. It is a game in its own right. But a smaller scaled game in between Dragon Age 3, Dragon Age Inquisition, and Dragon Age 4. So I really hope that BioWare actually does do some kind of like outsourced game, just like to Fail Better or to like to any other game company, where it's within the lore. And mind you, not the freaking mobile game. I like the mobile game, but at the same time I really hate it. So, but I think keeping it alive, not just through the books and comics, would be really great. Did you guys know we've gone to the deep roads in all the games? Well, technically, yeah, because we did, what's it called? Yeah, we've reached the deep roads in every single point. The deep roads are everywhere. Like, it's in every single, like, set of, like, you know, the Dwarven Kingdom was strong. Wouldn't it be funny if, like, the elves weren't the first, the dwarves were first? Like, oh man. Could you imagine? Everyone was short. So, okay, Raffle Nudes goes, so Lady and Sandy, you said that Hawk and your Grey Warden are your favorite. How much did you actually like the AI? Okay, don't get me, okay. On a scale of 100, right? Hawk is at 100. My Warden is at 97. My Inquisitor is at 94. I swear I've used this like analogy or whatever with Mass Effect. The thing is that with my Inquisitor, I felt like because it was supposed to be you're supposed to embody the Inquisitor and all that, BioWare took a step back from adding too much personality and adding more personality into the other companions. In Dragon Age 2, something that a lot of people, okay, not a lot of people, but a good number of people didn't like was the fact that Hawk had too much personality in whatever they did. And I really liked that. Sarcastic Hawk was my favorite character throughout the entire game. So, like, getting rid of that kind of, like, personality, right? It just really bugged me. For instance, the really snide comment that the Inquisitor says whenever you're in a romance with Cullen and you're doing pranks with Sarah, and then Sarah's talking about the table, and then the Inquisitor goes, oh, it's sturdy, all right. There's not enough of that in the Inquisitor. And that's what I miss. I know a lot of people don't like doing that because they want to have it more of a wholesome experience where they can become the character, not just the Inquisitor. But that's how I felt about it. So, how long will it take for the next game? Will it be 3 to 4 years or more like 6 to 7? Really depends on how much budget they got. And, you know, also how Mass Effect goes. Because I'm pretty sure we won't get any Mass Effect. We won't have Mass Effect released this year. However, like, you know, we're gonna have several years down the line. So I can imagine it being 4. Not because, okay, being 4 because 1, like 3 or 4, because 1, they already have the framework for Frostbite. They don't have to recreate the engine again. That's the good part. 2, they already have Keep. They already have a system that they can actually do all of the things. And they have a really good online team. I love those guys. And then 3, they have the assets. So they don't have to recreate so many of them. It's just more generated. It's more... They can do it faster. Let's just put it that way. So, yeah. I want to go to Tevinter and Anderfels. Yeah, same here. I want to go to Tevinter. I mentioned on Twitter, but I really want Dragon Age 2, take Kirkwall, make it Tevinter, make it Minrathous, and make that entire country explorable. I don't need to, like, the way that I see it is that I would love to be able to go throughout Minrathous and actually walk into someone's house, get slapped across the face, and then get kicked out. You know what I mean? Like, I want to be able to do that. And then for any other countries, like if we had to go to Navarra, we have to go to the Anderfels or anything like that, like, we can teleport there, we can fast travel there, and then there's, like, something like, the Val Royeaux. in Dragon Age Inquisition, except for obviously a little bit bigger, because 2 floors of Valroya piss me off. Oh my god. I'm wanting to explore that city so much. I want more city. I want less really outrageous exploration where you're running a lot. Like the Hissing Waste. Oh, man. How did AI do? Really positive. They so many Game of the Year awards, as well as they netted a lot. So, but the question is whether they netted a big profit, which I can't say. Will we be going to Anderfels, Tevinter, Navarra, and Tivo Ravine? Maybe. Yeah, DAI was the most successful game that they've had, even more so with Origins. But you have to think also, it's a different world from whenever Origins was released. So, why would they add an Inquisition Tapestry if they weren't going to make another DA game? I know, right? Just kidding. You know what I'd like? Another Dragon Age movie like Redemption. Yeah. Actually, no, I kind of want Dawn of the Seeker, but I just don't want it anime again. I mean, I did like it, but at the same time, I really did not like it. Like, I love the fact that they went into Cassandra's story, but they made it so traditional anime plotty that it just kind of agitated me. I did like Regalian, though. Regalian was hilarious. Did I miss any questions above? Wait, let me pull up the other chat. I wish BioWare would have a better hair options than Character Creator. Yep. Actually, there's a couple of mods. I know someone is working on Canary hair, specifically like, you know, longer styled hair or more braids and stuff, and it looks amazing. And I want that for Canary. I think the Canary were really shafted with hair selections because they were all about the horns and less about the hair, which I wanted the same hairstyle as the one from the comics, the female Canary. I can't remember her name right now because I'm like slightly dying, but yeah. In the next game, do you think we're going to Tevinter? I hope so. No, but yeah, we're moving past Southern Thedas. BioWare is like kind of sick of, well, not sick, but they just like mentioned that they want to move past Ferelden because we've done it for 3 games. We've been part of Ferelden for 3 games. Like, we need to move. I gotta move. Will there be a cure for the calling like the Ferelden Warden was on the mission to go on? See, the thing is, I don't know if it'll be a cure for the calling. I think it's more of that you can control the taint rather than you can master the taint, then you can cure it. I think that's what is going to come up at this point. Because, yeah, you know, you can have, like, the old god baby who is rid of the taint completely and all that jazz. But I think what's easier to find is the ability to master it. We saw Avernus. He was able to control, to give us that poultice, or, not poultice, sorry, you throw this. He was able to give us that concoction that you can drink, right? And you can make it so much, you can make your warden, like, way stronger. I think that's what's going to be capitalized down the line with the wardens, with the people who drink it. It's the same way how, you know, you have reavers. So, then again, the taint will kill you if you can't manage it, right? So, if we did go to Tevinter, who do you think we would be? Like, would we have power in Tevinter or something else? Personally, I know some people don't agree with this, but I think we could totally use the Imperial Chantry as like a base for like all the things. I know a lot of people are like, but what about the Canary and all that? Here. This is what I think. You could have a human that is okay. So wait, let me back up here. So in the Vince like social class climate or whatever, the Altus are at the top. The Latins are next. The Altus are all the mages who were descendants of the original Magisters. the Latents are those who have magical power, but aren't, you know, of noble blood. They're not as of noble blood. Then you have the Soparati, who are all the normals. Think Krem, like, has no magical affinity, or, you know, dormant or whatever. And then you have the slaves at the bottom. With the Imperial Chantry, I feel like you can put the Qunari at the bottom, or you can have them, like, basically you can have the Qunari as the slaves, or you can have them as mercenaries, or, you know, that work with events. I think it can be written. With the dwarves, you can have them as the Soparati. You can have them as, like, artisans who are living in Tevinter and, like, deal with the Imperial Chantry. Then humans, obviously have the most feasible thing. And then elves, you can put them at between the Soparati and the Latians, because they do have the ability to be sponsored by other mages, and they have the ability to learn because they have magic. But obviously they're not as strong. So, no, we're not doing Legend, League of Legends. Hold on, I need to drink a little bit. Excuse me. Oh, man. Do you think in DA4 there'll be playable races? I think we're at that point where, unless EA is rushing them again, BioWare won't take it out. And I think it'd be silly too anyway, because, you know, the fact that you could play as the other four, or I mean you could all four, was awesome. Like, I really liked it. I know the statistics of how many people play human and elves versus dwarves and Qunari is, like, there's a disparity between it, right? But the fact that you can, you know, just wake up one day and say, hey, I want to play as a Qunari, like, I like that. And also there's enough lore within it. Although I'm pretty sure, like, the cinematic designers are still, like, feeling the effects from having to deal with, like, the Qunari angles because they're so tall. But yeah. How many DAI DLC will they release, do you know, Ash? I would not be able to say anything in any capacity. There is one, and then there's also the Black Emporium, which we will see. And there's also, what's it called? The PS3, PS4, and Xbox 360 version of Hack-On, which is going to come next month. It's not over yet, because if you read the Kotaku Q&A between Aaron Flynn, Mark Dara, and Mike Laidlaw, Aaron Flynn, he basically teased that they're going to be doing some DLC where they talk about the Darkspawn. So we're probably going to see it. Now, should the in-politics interfere with how your characters should be received into Tevinter? The same way that race interferes with how your character is received. Like, I think it would be really interesting. Like, you know, elves are treated like crap in general, and they're reacted to appropriately in Inquisition, especially whenever you go to the Winter Palace. But yeah. Let me see here. They also said, let's just say requests for a certain story arc have been gone unheard. Oh yeah. Wolf hunt. No, just kidding. But yeah. Let me see here. Just one more run through. Ash, do you think BioWare will... Oh, wait, I already read that one. Yeah. Alright, last call for questions before I hop off. So just to put it into perspective, the reason why I haven't been doing as many videos as of late, you guys will find out very soon. And I'll tell you whenever I can talk about it. Under the pain of death, I can't talk about it right now. Obviously not really death, but, you Um, to what extent do you think Inquisition will be part of DA4? I think if they're going to keep it, if they're going to move up north, the effects of the Inquisition will play out really strongly. However, I think business is going to be business when you're dealing with the Free Marchers, Navarra, and also Tevinter. And there's already a war being quelled between Tevinter and Navarra. So I think that's going to play out way more. And the influence of the Inquisition will have some play in. On Saturday, we're going to be doing the D&D. Let me rephrase. The Dragon Age tabletop. We're most likely going to be doing it. I think we got everybody confirmed. The only thing is people like me who don't do the character sheets and the character sheet backstories, and I still need to. So to preview it, my character is an Altus mage from Tevinter. And I think it's gonna be fun because she's a very interesting mage, to say the least. And I think the proper word to call her, like if I were to describe her in like 1 or 2 words, one of them would be sympathizer. But yeah, thank you for following. Is the reason good? Oh yeah. GamerMD hasn't done a lot of videos either lately. Yeah, she's consistently busy. Like, oh man. Like after Inquisition, I wanted to take it easy, but it's just like these back projects, dude. I hope you make a theory about Arlathan and the Black City. I'm convinced the Black City is Arlathan and the Black City is the source of the blight. I don't think it's a source of the blight. However, I think it's the easiest source of the blight, if you can understand it that way. Parvolin. Yeah. Esper is on top of things. Oh yeah, it's just that MD isn't doing more videos. Like she was doing a lot more. No, I enjoy her videos a lot. Is she going to have the same personality as Tara? No, I was told to refrain from that kind of personality, so I have something a little bit different for her. But no, she's not going to sleep with every single person. We're not going to have a dice roll for it. Oh man. But yeah. Will I do a stream with Geek Remix? With Sashimi, I haven't really talked with her. I know that we talked a little bit with another Twitter follower, or person on Twitter, about doing something like we would talk about the lore and all that, but I've never really had a one-on-one conversation with her. I mean, other than Twitter, and like, that's it. So maybe one day, like, we can actually sit down, we can actually talk about it, which would actually be really cool. But as of things right now, the only one that I'm doing that is a collaboration is going to be on this Saturday. We're doing the Dragon Age tabletop. It's going to be GamerMD, Ability Drain, Irregular Dave, who's new, and Scottish Warrior as the DM, the Dungeon Master. Am I doing a new DI playthrough? Heavens to God, no. I need to... I've had enough Dragon Age for a little bit. Until the DLC comes out, I'm gonna hold back. But right now, there's no way. I'm like... I played so many hours. I'm pretty sure I can remember all of the lines. But anyway, I think it's a good time to stop because we finally got to watch, or to go through. So let me write it down real quick. If you want to get it, if you want to get the World of Thedas Volume 2, we didn't go over a lot of it because it wasn't included in the preview, but you can get it on Amazon. Nightbot, what are you doing? Okay, let's Nightbot's dead. Nightbot's dead. So let me see here. There we go. The really long thing. You can get it there. it's available on Amazon. You can get it on, I think, Dark Horse Comics, and also the BioWare store. The BioWare store has the special edition, which is actually pretty swank. I'm thinking of doing an unboxing whenever I actually get my own copy. So either an unboxing or I'll stream like this, and then we'll go through the book and then we'll just talk about it. Worst case scenario, my copy doesn't get in and I buy the Kindle version. You know. But yeah. I just saw your newest video, the Sims 4 one with the male pregnancy. Yeah, that Sims 4 is always my like private game. I like playing it by myself without anyone watching. And I was like, oh god, I messed up so hard. The expansion messed me up so good. But anyway, thank you guys for being here. I really appreciate it. And I know I say that every single time I end a stream, but seriously, I do appreciate it. And because only to you guys can I actually like talk about this and talk about Dragon Age and to this extent. And usually you don't find that many people who are willing to, unless if you go to a con or you go to like, a convention or you go to like, you know, BioWare Studios, or if you go to, you know, any of those. So thank you for being here. And I don't know if I'm going to be streaming tomorrow, but definitely streaming on Saturday. Definitely streaming on Saturday. If it's not going to be the, thing, then, the tabletop, then I'll do multiplayer. We'll just call it. Anyway, take care, everyone. I'll put this on YouTube just in case. And I will see you next time.